Near and dear folks, Bobby Militello.
Oh, yeah.
How did you connect with him?
Well, it's been almost 30 years now.
My golly.
Yeah.
So
when he was with Maynard Ferguson's big band, yeah. My wife heard him and came to the dressing room. It was a big stadium kind of affair. Said, "You got to hear this young guy." And by the time I got out there where he was playing, he'd finished. Then we tried to track him down, finally found him, and had him auditioned, and he won the audition without much competition coming from other guys,
right.
which were top guys, but he was just better.
Every time you come to the Buffalo area, he's always on the radio talking about his great love and admiration for you.
Oh, good. Good.
As you probably already know, this is jazz saxophonist Bobby Militello. He is able to be here today thanks to the Chautauqua Region Community Foundation, so lots of thanks to them. And I think that we're going to have a great time. I heard the talk this morning and it was riveting, so I think that it'll be really interesting this afternoon. So without further ado, here is Bobby Militello.
Anybody know what 2-0 was? That was an old standard, Body and Soul. Just something, I don't know. Everybody asked me what I was going to do today, and I said, I don't know. But I like to start off usually trying to play a little bit and show you what I do if you don't know who I am or what I've done, or which I don't blame it, but if you don't know what I've done, at least it gives you an idea of what's into it. We were discussing something a little bit earlier, is why everybody that has the same kind of horn sounds different. And basically that's my sound. That's what I sort of like to do. That's the way I sound. But if I want to, let's see. If I play with an orchestra, I tend to use a nice fat sound, but I thin it down just a little bit and concentrate on my pitch with the first violinist. And it's a different sound. But it's similar to my full-bodied sound, which is what I like to get. Sound is produced up here, produced with the ears. For years, when I was with Maynard Ferguson, I was playing baritone sax. I was not in love with the bari. That wasn't my favorite instrument, but I wanted that gig with Maynard, so I took it on baritone saxophone. I replaced Bruce Johnston, who teaches here at Fredonia. And so I practiced a little bit and found out there was no challenge there. I had that instrument down. And as time went on, a very short period of time went on, I knew that wasn't going to be my horn forever. So I started concentrating on flute. And I started off with a really cheap flute that I had, a typical doubler's flute. And started practicing, 2.5, 3 hours a day, because I had the time to do it. And then 2.5 hours turned into some days 4 to 5, because I had the time to do it. And all of a sudden my flute playing started to get really strong. And then I started making the decision, what do you want to sound like? What is it that you want to achieve? So I started listening to Ron Powell, to James Galway, and to Hubert Laws. Those three people. Now Hubert Laws had the most effect on me as far as what I wanted to sound like. That's what I wanted to achieve. But Galway had the whistling upper register that I liked. And Ron Powell had a sort of a centered pitch that was just absolutely beautiful. So as I practiced, I would take things from the stuff that I was listening to, and I would try and play them, and with my eyes closed. The whole thing, my whole life has always been with my eyes closed. I don't know what that is, but that's where I find my space, and it's like I hear the best without seeing. Yes, sir.
Yeah, does this mean that jazz musical works are all different every night? It's a different piece.
Yes.
You can't write for it. I mean, you just.
Oh yeah, yeah. You write the melodies, you write the arrangements, you write sometimes the grooves.
Yeah.
You write the changes that are going to be played on or approached, because a lot of times the changes we just change them as we go, and it's basically the use of substitute changes to get from one place to another, a different set of changes than they wrote. But everybody hears it and goes with you on that.
So somebody like Brubaker, when you played with Brubaker when he did like Take 5, I remember buying that album 50 years ago.
Me too.
And I saw him. Does that mean every night he played it differently? And when you played,
The thing I loved about Dave was exactly that. We never played the gig twice the same way, including Take 5.
Well, you get bored if you're playing the same thing.
Well, you can get bored real easy.
Yeah.
Boredom in jazz is sudden death. That's sudden death. You might as well pack a lunch and get a day job. That's what it is. I mean, boredom is sudden death. I mean, Dave would practice maybe 1 tune before he went out, if there was a piano backstage. Just enough to get him a feel going, something like that. That's why when you play a show, there's usually 2 hours between the show and the rehearsal. get 2.5 hours of rehearsal, and if they work you, now you gotta rest for a little bit and come back again and give them a 1.5 hour show, solid, with full chops. Actually, more chops than you use at rehearsal. You know, that's why a lot of times if you go and listen to a symphony, my first experience in this was London Symphony, that I actually noticed it, and now I notice it in almost everyone that I play with. When you go to rehearsal, everybody plays rehearsal level. Rehearsal, it's time to rehearse. It's time to get the notes, the arrangements, and the roadmaps all together. There's no question about the player's ability to play the music, so why are you pontificating all of these little articulations that they, no, leave them alone. We went through it, you can hear they understand what to do. Now when you get to the gig, they go to performance level. It's a whole different thing. It's scary when you're with the London Symphony, I'll tell you that. It's absolutely exquisitely beautiful.
I'm gonna improvise something for you, something I'm gonna create here now, thinking about music. I really hate when the people try to put us like a sticker over here of a Latin jazz trumpet player. I hate that so much you cannot believe it. They call me a Latin jazz trumpet player. What the hell is that? I'm not a Latin jazz trumpet player. To start with, I am not Latin. Latin is a language the Roman used to speak 5,500 years ago. And the Catholic Church adopt that kind of language, and they call it Latin. Secularum, secularum, jugulatum, draculatum. That's Latin. I have nothing to do with that. I was born in Cuba by accident. All my relatives came to Cuba from Spain, which is means I got a European blood. I'm not Latin.